Coach K is going to take a leave of absence after the ball game tonight against Georgia Tech. Do you think he's going to coach again this year?
Yes, if only because everybody connected to that program seems to think he's going to coach again this year. The reason to do it now, I'm told, is that he recognized, and though he looks the way he looked 10 years ago, 15 years ago, he's 69 years old. He turns 70 next month. And at this age, he knew he could not coach through April. That's what Duke's supposed to play through April. He couldn't coach all the way through April with this type of daily pain, so they have the surgery now. Hopefully he's back early to mid-February, finish the ACC regular season, coaching the ACC tournament, and then try to win another national championship. Because he's got a roster to do it, they just got to get it together.
How do you think Jeff Capel's going to fare?
He'll be good. You know, keep in mind, though it ended badly at Oklahoma, he's coached a #1 ranked team before. He's coached a team that was competing for a national championship before. He's coached an Elite Eight before, a Blake Griffin team. So he's operated at a high level before. I'm not going to pretend that doing it at Oklahoma is similar in any way to the stage that Duke provides, to the stage that Coach K not being there provides, to the stage that Grayson Allen being suspended, at least temporarily, provides. But he's done this before. He's led the huddles before. He's been on the dry erase board before. I think he'll be fine. You know as well as anybody, when you lose your Hall of Fame coach in the middle of a season, it can hurt things. I don't think it'll be a big bad deal for Duke, though.
Well, Gary, with that said, I picked Duke to win a title preseason. Do you still think that's possible, or with the Coach K absence, you kind of throw that out the window?
I don't throw it out the window. It's still definitely possible. I mean, when you've got a roster of Luke Kennard, Emil Jefferson, Grayson Allen, Jason Tatum, Harry Giles, Marquise Bolden, anything's possible. You know, there are multiple lottery picks on that team. But do I feel as confident about it today as I did, say, October 15th?
Right.
No, not at all. I mean, there's been a lot of adversity. First off, Grayson Allen being suspended. What's he going to be when he comes back? We don't know. And even before he was suspended, he wasn't great like he was last year.
That's a great point.
Jason Tatum has been great, but the other two freshmen who are projected lottery picks, Harry Giles and Marquise Bolden, non-existent, have made no actual impact on the basketball team. So a lot of Duke's preseason expectations was based on Grayson Allen's a preseason player of the year. Harry Giles might be the #1 pick. Jason Tatum could be the #2 pick. Marquise Bolden's a lottery pick. All those guys have not played to expectations to date. I don't think they need them all to be great, but they need some of them to be better than they are.
When we saw the latest incident with Grayson Allen, I said 3 games felt right. There were 3 instances where he tripped somebody, so that felt right to me. What felt right to you? When do you think we're going to see him again?
It's worth noting that right now, as we're talking, he's warming up at Cameron Indoor. Now, that is not a definite indicator that he's going to play, but over the weekend, he didn't warm up. He was not in uniform. He's in uniform right now. There's some thought that he will return tonight.
I would disagree with that completely.
I would not do it tonight for 2 reasons. One, you're playing Georgia Tech. You're an 18-point favorite without him. You don't need Grayson Allen to get this win at home. Secondly, when you recognize that, if we can all agree on that, you should be able to beat Georgia Tech at home without Grayson Allen. Why do it and invite all the criticism that's coming if you bring him back after just 1 game? So I would disagree with it just from a practical perspective. But in terms of what felt right, I didn't know, because I don't think we're dealing with a normal thing here. This is a mental thing. Like, he's not out there actually going, I'm about to trip another person. Some emotion triggers that, and they've got to get to the root of that, because if they don't, and it happens again, I mean, you're talking about folks will be saying it's time to just not put him on a court, because this can be dangerous.
He was unglued. I mean, that scene on the bench, I mean, there's something not right here with Grayson Allen.
Something not right. And I don't say that to be cheap or funny, but I don't think you sit down with your coaches here. I think you sit down with a therapist and you go, okay, what were you feeling when you flipped out? What triggered the reaction? How do we get that feeling to trigger a different reaction? There's some real work that needs to be done. And I'm not smart enough to know whether that takes a week or 2 months or whatever, but I know that something has to be addressed.
You know what needs to be addressed? What's a travel? Because watching the Kansas game last night, 1, 2, 3,
it's unbelievable.
4. How many steps? Come on, Gary.
He took his last dribble about 3 feet outside of the three-point line, and he shoots it from inside the paint. Now, I don't care if you've got Ralph Sampson legs. You can't pull that off, and he doesn't have Ralph Sampson legs. And so this is one of those where we didn't need replay to understand that was a travel. In real time, everybody saw it. Why did those 3 officials not see it? Either they just missed it, which I find difficult to believe, because you don't see that often, or They just couldn't blow the whistle in Allen Fieldhouse in that moment, which I think is even more embarrassing.
Villanova, still #1. They've got a ball game tonight against Butler, going to tip off in a little bit. They're the best team in college hoops this year?
They deserve to be #1. I don't know if I'd pick them to win a national championship because they can be out-talented by Kentucky, by Duke, and that might be where the list stops. But they deserve the ranking they have. Reigning national champions, 20-game winning streak heading into tonight, 14-0 in this season. They went 38-3 in the calendar year 2016. Nobody in the history of college basketball had beaten more Division I teams in a calendar year than Villanova did this year.
Wow.
Josh Hart playing like the National Player of the Year leader at this point. The team had lost its captain. They lost its big. They lost its top recruit, and they haven't missed a beat. They've won at Purdue. They won at Creighton. If they win at Hinkle tonight, they've got a resume that suggests yes, they deserve the ranking, and yes, they can repeat. I don't know that they'll ever be considered the favorite because of the talent some of those other programs bring to the table in a single elimination tournament. But if the question is, do they have the stuff to repeat as national champions the first time since Florida did it, 2006-07? Absolutely.